start until everybody's ready. So.
We all have our mic.
I'm gonna give a little more. You good or?
Yeah, I'll jump in a second. Thank you so much.
Oh, no problem. Does everybody have everything situated they need it? Okay. A couple new faces here, so I'll go over my name again. Assistant Chief Michael Kovacev, K-O-V-A-C-S-E-V, St. Petersburg Police Department Assistant Chief. I just want to provide a few updates. There were some questions previously on the information that we gave out. So we were dispatched out here about 2 hours ago to a child that had been shot. The 11-year-old sustained one gunshot wound. He is deceased. He was inside the residence with two older siblings that are teenagers as well. The kids were off from school today, so that's why they were home. Unfortunately, after through the interviews and discussion points, his older brother, the 14-year-old that was in the residence, accidentally shot him. So there was some information we just wanted to make sure before we worked it through anything, and we wanted to make sure we sat down with the family to discuss with them working through the investigation. Through the interview, the 14-year-old advised that he had found the gun recently, and the family was unaware that it was inside the residence. We'll continue to vet that story. We'll continue to kind of look at the history of the firearm. It is not reported stolen right now. It doesn't mean that it wasn't found or stolen or lost somewhere along the line. We'll work through that as we kind of go through it, but that kind of gives you an update. A few other questions that came out. The mother had been notified by one of the children that the shooting occurred. While she was responding to the scene, she was involved in a crash on the interstate. Sustained very minor damage to the other vehicle, but unfortunately her vehicle sustained significant damage. Obviously, you can appreciate the fact she's upset about what's going on. She called for a ride share and took the ride share back to the residence. We worked with the Florida Highway Patrol to make sure that they can work with her on addressing that crash later, because it did not need to be addressed right now. Normally, the big questions asked is where do we go from here? We are likely not going to charge the 14-year-old today, but it doesn't mean that we're not going to work with the state attorney's office and discuss. In fact, this case, there's culpable negligence involved, manslaughter, and it could be something, but that could be something we can deal with. It's an accidental shooting. The family has some healing they have to do. We'll deal with that with the state attorney's office over the next week or so, determine what the appropriate charges are, and we'll go from there. We'll probably be out here for a few more hours processing the scene, but that kind of gives everyone an idea of where we stand with it. And I just wanted to make sure it wasn't an accidental self-inflicted. Unfortunately, it goes back to the fact is a teenager should not have had a firearm. He was playing around with the firearm and it discharged, and an 11-year-old child died today.
Chief, did he say where he found that gun?
He said he found it not too far from here in an alley. We'll work through that because obviously we want to make sure we have every reason to believe he's being forthright about everything, but we'll work back and try to see exactly where that came from and history on that firearm.
So the parents were unaware of the gun?
No, they were not. They had no idea. All right, so I originally brought it up for those who weren't here. It's just this is when we go back and forth with the fact is when we have these incidents and firearms are so prevalent, especially when a juvenile has access to it, these are the results that we sometimes see. And it's actually a tragic incident, but we'll work through it as a community and we'll be better off for it. All right? Thank you. All right, bye-bye.
Is this the last update we can expect this
Yes.
afternoon? Okay.
Yes. No problem. Thank you. No. I know uncertain.